Hello everybody, welcome to my shop. I wanted to take a minute today and do a review of a product I just picked up that's going to help me hopefully in using as a training aid for my NRA instruction classes. I picked up a little box of cutaways and training material from a company selling it under the name of AmVIEWnition, and as you can see, it's a pretty good little case. It's a Plano fishing case or a tackle box, something of that nature. I'm not real sure the exact model number or what it is. But basically speaking, when you order from the company, you can custom pick whether you want 4 trays or 6 trays. I assume, and I'm not sure of this, but I assume that the 6 trays, 2 would be in the top, and then 4 would be down here. As you can see, the top of mine is empty. And you get to pick whether you want, you get to use a drop-down menu and pick what 4 or what 6 you want. Whether it's pistol, rifle, shotgun, hunter's education or hunter safety, or any combination of the above. Now, some of them cost a little more than others because of the amount of cutaways and materials that are in the individual containers. And so the price can increase according to what you pick. But at any rate, so I just ordered a cross section since I'm going to be a certified instructor for pistol, rifle, shotgun, and a few other NRA disciplines, and I'm hoping to pick up my hunter education certification this year for North Carolina. I wanted to get a cross section to get 1 pistol, 1 rifle, 1 shotgun, and 1 hunter. Now let's take a look at what's inside of each one of them. So as you can see, each one of the cases is pretty well done. They've got a nice little sticker on there with a warning about the fact that it contains lead. And be sure to read the label for safety, that kind of thing. When you open it up, inside the lid they've got a firing sequence instructional diagram along with a description of what the particular shells and what the particular brass and projectiles and items they have inside the box are. They have a picture of a barrel and of a slide from an XD, a Springfield XD. Both of those would be used to illustrate when you're doing a class about how to identify what ammunition is used in your particular handgun. You can see they have a quiz sheet or quiz chart included. This one is a little bit to the generic side. It shows some from the rifle, some from shotgun, some information from pistol, just pretty much a combination of all the above. You have a quick breakdown on the back of the sheet of what each cutaway, what the parts are: primer, the rifle bullet, powder, bullet, etc., etc. A cutaway, that's the rifle one inside the pistol, which I'm not real sure why that came in there instead of a separate pistol one, but at any rate. And of course you have a little handy magnifying glass in case somebody's having a problem reading or seeing. Inside the case, inside the pistol case, you can see they gave you a couple of brass casings of the different sizes and different calibers of handgun ammunition. You've got a small container of gunpowder, a projectile, and a primer, a spent primer I might add for safety's sake. And then they got these nice little cutaways. They've used a foam to simulate the powder, and then they've pretty much just cut a 45 ACP in half to give you a good cutaway design to show for education. The rest of the containers are pretty similar in nature, but I'll walk you through them anyways just so you can get an idea of what they contain. So the rifle cartridge, AmVIEWnition case, has again the same quiz sheet, a firing sequence diagram, a barrel, a 7mm Remington Magnum, just to show you, how to identify what ammunition your rifle has. A small diagram to show you how to identify what shell you're holding in your hands for educational purposes. Again, magnifying glass, same quiz sheet as we had in the last one, which I thought rather odd that they have a rifle. If anybody knows why they do that in the rifle and the handgun, why they're identical, then if you could post up and let me know, that'd be great. But at any rate, so you've got a couple different size brass, including a rimfire, 2 centerfire, of course a spent primer. See if I can flip that over, we can get a better view of that. Well, I'll hold it up since I'm having so much problems. But you got a spent primer, projectile, again, gunpowder, projectile again, and another cutaway. This one is a 30-30. Yep, 30-30. You got your AmVIEWnition logo there. Projectile foam to simulate powder. The foam's actually just glued in. And another nice little cutaway. Okay, that's the rifle. Now, you start getting into some real interesting ones when you get into the shotgun and to the hunter education one. Those, of course, have, again, the same a different firing sequence diagram. Illustrates some of the shot sizes, difference between shots and slugs, some of the diameters of shot, so that you can go through that. Again, barrel identification of what your particular firearm, what size it takes, a breakdown of a side view shot of an ammunition box to show you how you can show the students how that they can identify what from the box what ammunition in relation to their barrel. Again, you know, another box identification to show them the difference in the way, you know, this one's a hollow point 1 ounce slug, 12 gauge 2 3/4 inch shell, and you would be able to educate them on that. Again, same magnifier, but the quiz sheet's a little different on this one. So this one's focused, of course, the Z layout on the front. Then on the back, you've got more of a shotgun description: slug and wad, buckshot, number 8 shot, cutaway, 20 gauge, high brass, low brass. You'll notice that they include in here, you've got a couple of spent casings. That's a 12 gauge, okay, 2 3/4. Then you have a 12 gauge again, okay. Then you have a 20 gauge that's a spent casing. Now, I'm very glad they included a 20 gauge and a 12 gauge. I am a firm proponent of educating people about the 12-20 split, because that's an extremely dangerous or potentially dangerous situation. So I'm very glad they included both of those so that you can show in relation to what would happen in the barrel. Of course, there's some gunpowder, a shotgun primer, which is a little larger, a little deeper set, some number 9 shot. Is that number 9 or number 8? Number 8. Sorry. Some number 8 shot, some buckshot, a wad and a slug, and a good solid slug there, and then another neat cutaway. This one has the number 8 shot already in it, and of course, again, same foam to simulate gunpowder. You got your wad already in there. Real nice cutaway to be able to show for illustration purposes. Now, the hunter safety, or the hunter education one, has a cross between the shotgun and the rifle, and is the most expensive of all of them because it has the most cutaways in it. Again, magnifying glass, firing sequence indicator, barrel indicator, has both the shotgun quick diagram and the rifle quick diagram on the lid. Then it has a slightly more in-depth quick reference card and quiz sheet as far as it shows shotgun and rifle. Okay. Then you've got, as you can see, a little more. You've got your number 8 shot, you've got buckshot, you've got a rifle slug, you've got a cutaway with a slug in it, so you've added another shotgun cutaway. That one's really nice. It's got the slug and everything included in it. As well as, of course, there's the same buckshot, or I'm sorry, the same number 8 shot, and the same rifle cutaway that you had from a previous content. Couple of brass, gunpowder, wad. You can't see it in there. I've actually added a couple extra small rifle primers, but there is a large rifle primer, a shotgun primer in there. I don't want to dig them out. A 12 gauge spent casing and a 20 gauge spent casing included in this one kit. This kit, as I mentioned, is a little more expensive, but actually, technically speaking, this one kit, the hunter kit, as you can see, the hunter kit, costs more for the reason that it actually contains the majority of everything that you would see in the rifle and the shotgun case. Now, I plan on augmenting my kit just a little bit. I intend to add some projectiles for different sizes, as well as spent casings for different sizes. And I intend to add a 45 GAP, not just ACP, so that you can illustrate some of the differences. For the shotgun case, I'm going to add a 410, a spent 410 shell. And of course, there's a few other pistol projectiles and spent brass lying around that I'm going to add. And for the rifle case, I intend to add some small rifle primer, some 2-3 projectiles, some 308 spent casings, as well as that 308 that you see in the rear. As you can see, this 308 has no primer in it. It has been spent, so this is actually just a practice 308 that I've put back together using my reloading press just to show as a demonstration model. So I intend to augment the kits with some of my own items, some 223 and 308 projectiles that have a ballistics tip to be able to illustrate the difference in standard tips, and a hollow point, as well as a full metal jacket 308 projectile. That way you can illustrate the differences in some of the projectiles, that kind of thing. But so I intend to augment the kit a little bit myself, but overall I have to say these guys have hit the nail on the head with this kit. This is a great kit. I'm very pleased with it. It was very well worth the money that I spent to get it. You'll see the AmVIEWnition site. All of their products are listed separately and in kits. If you choose a kit, you can individually choose what 4 trays you want. According to your particular needs. Then just add it to cart and continue to checkout. So thank you guys for stopping by. I hope this information has been helpful for somebody. I would strongly suggest this kit and recommend this kit to anyone who's an NRA certified instructor who's teaching classes and wants to give the students more than just the posters. I have the posters. The posters are great. I have the PowerPoints. Those are great. They're wonderful. I have videos. I have illustrations. I have everything you could possibly imagine. But to physically touch it with your hands makes all the difference in the world. To physically hand a student a 308 and explain to them the concepts of the military grade 308 and what its capabilities are, and to physically hold it and to be able to understand in a safe fashion is priceless. I mean, the education value of that is incalculable. But at any rate, I'm definitely a fan. If you guys want to check into it, hope this information has been helpful for some of you out there. Y'all have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by.